Yeah. Uh, just it's industrial 9/11 in Pakistan. September 11, there was a big fire in the very center of Pakistan. One of the most where the most of the Pakistani Karachi's industry is located is called Site area.
Yeah.
Shisha. The factory it was a garment factory, and it was there was a fire, and for 7 hours there was not a single fire brigade was there, and even the water was not there. So when there was a fire, the management and the owners has forced the guards of the factory to close down all the gates and ask them to first evacuate the machinery and the merchandise, and then allow the workers to get out of the factory. So there was suffocation, and it was a attempted murder, and forced the workers to be burned alive in the fire. The situation was that the factory was not registered with under the Factory Act, which is 1934 Factory Act. It was not registered with it. Even the fire, the equipment are not sufficient, and these were not cleared from the fire brigade company or organization. And other issue was the building, and building was not cleared by and approved by the Karachi Building Authority. So number of illegality was involved in it. So we can say that for 11 years that factory was running without legality. It was illegal. Another thing was that not a single worker in that factory has an appointment letter. Nearly 2,000 workers are employed with that factory in different shifts. So we can say that if not a single worker has an appointment letter, and there was a contract system, which is another word is the third-party contract system. Not a single worker was registered with the Social Security Institute. Not a single worker was registered with the pension and old age benefits. There was no union, and not a single worker has, you can say that any right which envisaged in the labor laws. Another thing is that there is only one gate when there was a fire. Only outside there was one gate. All the factory of the outside of the windows were closed down, and the windows were covered with the iron bars. So the majority of workers died because of the suffocation. There was a smoke, and after the smoke they were you can say that they were unconscious, and after becoming unconscious there was then the fire catched them and they burned alive. This was the one picture. But I can say that with all my responsibility that in every factory in Pakistan, from any sector, these factories have the same situation. These are the death traps for the workers. Everywhere there's the same situation, in every factory. And you can see in our automobile, you can see in our chemical, and any other. But the worst conditions are with the textile sector. Nearly 65% workers in Pakistan in total workforce is engaged with the textile sector. And Pakistan's export earning is nearly 63 to 65% is from the textile and cotton. So, but still, we are getting more money. Yes, I have in my front there is one book about the wages. It's called Asia Floor Wages. There is one picture where it said that a t-shirt which price, the retail price is a $22, $22.5, out of which the labor only gets a $0.64 as a labor. 75% is a profit, 23%, 23.1% is other cost. So we can say that for the export merchants, the merchandise which manufacture in that factory, it went to go to the European Union or the North American countries, they fetch a good price from that market. But the worker didn't get anything out of it. They live in a very worse condition. In majority of textile factories, workers get less than 6,000 Pakistani rupees is equal to nearly $60.
Oh.
$60 a month. Okay? And majority of factories, even the export-oriented factories, they get $60 to $70. They work for 10 to 12 to 14 hours per day. Every day they work for the 10 to 14 hours. So there's no labor law implementation here in Pakistan, especially in the textile sector. The another thing is that they hide all these illegality, especially from the international buyers. They are also the main culprits. International buyers and the local manufacturers, both are the main culprits. They use the code of conduct. They sign the code of conduct and say that they are bound to do these things. They also introduce ISO certifications. They also introduce a social accountability certificate. So social accountability just like 8,000. They use it to camouflage. They use it to avoid the observance of the ILO conventions and the Pakistani labor laws. These are code of conducts and the social accountability certificates and ISO certificates. They are not binding. A number of companies issue the certificate. One is the SAI, so Social Accountability International. They issue and they give the contract to other factory, groups, just like RINA, an Italian company, RINA, which has issued 91 certificates in 3 years, out of which one is for the Ali Enterprise, just before the 1 month before the fire. And they give the clean chip to the factory and says that all the equipment, fire equipment is in a well condition. The workers have all the rights. There is no child labor. There is no discrimination between the wages of women and the male workers. And all the safety measures are at par the standard. And they issue the certificate to them. But after 1 month, there is that horrified accident was occurred. So we can say that everywhere in Pakistan, only this institute has issued 90 certificates to different factories. We are demanding from them to issue the names of the factory to whom they have issued that certificates. And government of Pakistan is giving up 300,000 Pakistanis to issue the certificate, because they think that if the company is in an export, they are manufacturing garments or a merchandise for the international, for the export, and get the hard currency dollar and the euro. So it needed that. If there is a demand from the international buyers, so the certifications money, the certifications fees would be paid by the government of Pakistan. And the government of Pakistan is paying the fee, and the owners getting, the manufacturers, local manufacturing getting that certificate free of cost in that way. Government is paying the fees. So everywhere, because there is no check and balance on it. Another thing is that these are a parallel system to the labor laws and the international standards. So these are playing the with the lives of the millions of the workers of the Pakistan. So we had that question on that. When there was a fire, we were the first in Pakistan. We were on the roads. We start to organize a demonstration against it, and we say that it is not only the local owners, but also the government of Pakistan's concerned departments, just like Labour Department, Fire Brigade, Social Security institutions, EABA institutions, even the Karachi Building Authority, and the international buyers. These are the main culprits. They are the killers and the murderer of the 300 workers. So we sue them. We went to the court, High Court, and also started. We have the two planks. One plank was that to sue them and went to the court and sue them and file the cases against them, the criminal and other cases against them. We filed 6 cases, owners and other organizations who are concerned with it. Another way, we organized all the workers, different organizations, social rights organization, labor rights organization, trade unions, and a human rights organization. Nearly 71 organizations in Karachi on our call. They come close to one and each other, and they in a meeting, and they form a workers' rights movement. And then we have started the movement in Pakistan. It's the first time that the owner of the factory, 2 brothers and the manager, put behind the bar. It was the first time in 30 to 40 years in Pakistan. In an industrial accident, the owners, they put behind the bar because of the movement and because of the pressure from the trade union movement. We have also put in a contact with international organizations just like a CCC, Clean Cloth Campaign, and also our industrial global union, with whom the National Trade Union Federation is affiliated internationally. They also did what they can do. They do it internationally, especially in Germany. Some organizations just like Medico International, another one is ECCHR, European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights, and many other trade unions. They come close to each other and they form their international body to pursue the case and put the pressure on the KIK company, KIK, a German company who are getting their merchandise from the Ali Enterprise. So after we putting the pressure on that company, they have like that, they gave $1 million initially to the victim's family. Because of our movement, the government was forced to give nearly 900,000 rupees per family of the deceased workers. So it was in that condition what I have given to you, the trade union movement and their vulnerability. Even then, when we were in a movement, and the movement was not a very powerful and a big one, but still they're in the media, also on the roads, so it gave a good impact and pressurized the government to give the compensation to the workers. So another thing was that immediately the Social Security Institute had registered all the family members for the health net, and another the EABA means Employees Old Age Benefit Institute, and they have also registered the workers and started to give the pension to the victims' families. So it was a pressure. That's why we get all these things. And now there's another. We are going to attempt that after the case has paid $1 million to the workers. Now we are trying to pressurize them to give more money to the workers. And we are comparing that accident with the another accident, that kind of accident which was happening in Bangladesh in 2007. The company's name was Spectrum in Bangladesh. And there was also 150, I think, 149 workers were died in a factory collapse. So there was a big movement, and the international buyers were forced to pay $20 million to the workers. And they make us a calculation on international and local standard. and it was accepted by the international buyers. So we are also demanding that the severity of the accident is the more severe than the accident in Bangladesh. So we are demanding that more $19 million must be paid to the workers. We are going to start that campaign again after 1 or 2 weeks. This is the one. Another one is that we are trying to sue and file a case against the Arena company, an Italian company who has given the certificate to the Ali Enterprise that the factory is clean and factory is obeying all the standard of safety standards as per the requirement of the certificate. So there were 4 international lawyers in Pakistan 15 days ago in Pakistan. They were in negotiation with us and some other organizations, and we also met. We are also organizing a meeting with the victim's family, and we are making a ground to sue the Arena company in Italy for the compensation and also for the punishment to the Arena company. But from the side of the owners and the factory owners, they have nothing changed anything. They are the same. Even after the factory fire, we can see just near to the only a walking distance from the factory, the other factory have the same situation. Exactly the same situation is there. The government, the High Court has ordered to register all the factories, but nothing was happening. The same is with the contract system is there. The same, all the things which are going on, is still going on. So from the industrialist class and from the government department, they are least bothered about the workers. But from the worker side, they are, I think, with the passage of time and the day by day, they are more concerned about their lives and about their wages and about their rights. So we are now, I think, going towards a more resistance movements, more class-oriented consciousness in a Pakistani society.
Nasir Sahab, can I ask you one more question? What do you think the trade union movement and various community organizations from Europe can do to help improve situations, particularly about health and safety? Because a lot of the goods, the manufactured goods, come to our cities in Birmingham, in London.
So I can say that just like the things which are there's a one convention, ILO convention on the health and safety, which Pakistani government hasn't, is still not ratified. Okay, and we are demanding from the government to ratify the ILO convention on the safety and health, but they didn't.
But, the manufacturers or the retailers who buy from Pakistan, India and Bangladesh, when we go to them and say your factories are, the health and safety is not good in those factories in these countries, they say to us that we go and inspect these factories and they are all right. Do you think they do it, or they're just telling us stories?
This is not, you see, both have the same interests. The retailers, the importers and the exporters. They are on the other side of the equation. But if they ask involve the trade unions, the unions in it, and then we can say that if the union says that, if the federation of the trade unions, they say that the things are good in the factory, then we can say that is a good one. But if the manufacturers say that the factory, everything is okay in a factory, or the importer from England or somewhere, this is that everything is good in a factory, we can't understand that. How could they say that our merchandise where we have produced these ones, that things are not good? They can't say that. Otherwise, they can't sell their products in the market.
Okay.
So I think that there should be a one mechanism about it.
Yeah.
Even we say that they should make a one mechanism. There's the buyer. From the buyer's representative, there's the working class trade union representative. One from the government side representative. Even one from the manufacturers. They form a one committee, and that mechanism check the factories.
Yeah,
we are ready to do it.
I think that's a very good suggestion, and I think we're going to try and raise this within the trade union movement in Europe and Britain. Thanks very much for giving us this talk about what actually happened in Pakistan, in Karachi, and hopefully it will succeed in bringing health and safety to everybody in the world.